Hello, and welcome to Le Mode 2022, the third virtual version of the Santa Monica College Fashion Department's annual fashion show, presenting the talents of our fashion design and fashion merchandising students. Our annual theme is Where Sustainability and Technology Meet Fashion. I am Latanya Lewis, Fashion Design Professor and Collections Director. This amazing work that you are about to see could not be created without the guidance and instruction of all fashion faculty in this department throughout the fashion program. And now, I am truly proud to present the Virtual Le Mode 2022 fashion show featuring the collections of 9 designers. Now, let's take a look behind the scenes of the designers at work to see how the whole process took place. Over the past 17 weeks, our designers have been working tirelessly at bringing their visions to life, from conception to creation, all beginning with a sketch, swatches of fabric, and skill sets of draping and flat pattern drafting. Working days and nights, meeting with models for multiple fittings to get the fit just right. Time and much work very well spent, as you will see. And now, for the Le Mode 2022 fashion show.
What inspired me to become a fashion designer is that the fashion industry is an exciting and creative industry, which is exactly the type of energy I wanted in my life. My collection is couture with beautiful flowers and black and gold colors. The inspiration behind my collection is flowers. My fun talent is doing embroidered sequins. My sustainable idea for the fashion industry is to continue to find ways to avoid practicing fast fashion to reduce pollution. I would like to see more virtual practices in the fashion industry to help with using less gas, less pollution, and less overhead expenses. Yeah, comment, follow, share.
My inspiration behind this collection would be my trip to the Met in New York City, and I just loved all of the paintings, especially my favorite artist, Georgia O'Keeffe, and I wanted to bring her elegant and clean-cut style together with the really decorative details of all of the classical paintings at the Met. The words to describe my collection would be fun and elegant, but also androgynous. Who inspired me to become a designer would have to be all the women that I've grown up around. My mother, my grandmother on both sides of my family, also my Barbies and my American Girl dolls. I would love to collaborate with Betsy Johnson. I love her style. I've grown up watching her runway shows and watching her do cartwheels down the runways. My sustainable ideas for the fashion industry would be to put the name of who made the garment into the label tag and where it was made to bring some personality into the clothing.
I was inspired by my mom, who saw everything from clothing to handmade goods. So as a child, I always accompanied her. It was natural for me to get into fashion. I would describe my collection as contemporary clothes wear with wedding fashion influence. My collection is applying the concept of wedding garments into modern daily wear. As a designer, I embrace slow fashion with hand stitching and well-detailed constructions. I would love to collaborate with Keita Maruyama, who is famous Japanese fashion designer. He's famous for a hand stitching and has beautiful Asian taste with well details.
What inspired me to become a fashion designer initially was to be able to help reduce the overall waste of the fashion industry. I wanted to make sure that the job that I dedicated my life to was able to impact the planet in a better way and help reduce the overall waste. The words that best describe my collection would have to be edgy, sexy, and avant-garde. I wanted to be able to implement some designs that were able to flatter the curvy bodies of women. It's been really challenging for us to create upcycled collections because there isn't very much cohesion in terms of the materials that we're using.
My name is Kajal Sharma. My inspiration behind this collection was the earth and its elements, so fire, water, earth, and air. I wanted to really incorporate the natural beauty of the earth that we live on. Also with my collection, I wanted to emphasize my message as a designer, which is to push boundaries, push past limitations, and really embrace your body and your self-confidence through your fashion. I think the words that would describe my collection are powerful, courageous, and free-spirited. I would definitely collaborate with Thierry Mugler. I love his designs. I think it's so futuristic, so cutting edge, and I would love to reach that level of creativity and have that courage to create things that not everyone will understand.
Taking
Since I was little, I really liked to design clothes for my dolls and drawing clothes, so I just grew to like it even more, and I started watching fashion shows, and I was like, I want to be there one day, so here I am, majoring in fashion design. My collection is about space, so it's just all about the colors of space and everything, and I just want it to be really unique with the colors and yeah, to be out of this world, I guess. Recycle clothings that people don't need anymore and doing them into new garments. Clothes that shift colors.
Hi, I'm Tyler McDaniel. So what inspired me to become a designer? I've always loved fashion. Originally, it was fashion photography that I was passionate about. I realized that it was actually the fashion that I was in love with, so I switched gears and started studying fashion design. If I could collaborate with a designer, it would be Alexander McQueen. Especially with his collections and his runway shows, there was always pushing the boundaries. And inspiration behind this collection was a socialite or a celebrity going on a trip to Paris and the things that she would need. Dinners, events, red carpets maybe. Words that would describe my collection would be sophisticated, powerful, sexy, and classic. These sustainable ideas, anything I create, I do try to do it with a specific quality so things last a long time and things aren't just getting thrown away. Customers won't have to keep recycling, throwing out, and buying new. New technology and helping people connect their personal style to designers that would work for them.
I would collaborate with Daniel Roseberry because he has a modern and innovative creative vision. Besides, he is an amazing, talented designer. Salvador Dali's artwork was inspiration behind my collection because of objects and symbols such as keys, flowers, lobsters, telephone, and also mysterious characters like ghosts, angels, and mannequins. The word that describes my collection is gala. Salvador Dali named his wife Gala, whose real name was Elena Ivanovna Diakonova. She was a mysterious and highly intuitive woman. I'm very considerate of humanity and the environment. My contribution to the industry would be to find more ways to recycle and reuse materials to reduce the number of clothing that ends up in the landfills each year.
My collection is inspired by photos taken by Mika Ninagawa. She is a photographer and film director. I really like her work. They are attractive and inspirational for me. Fashion industry can be more sustainable by developing new eco-friendly materials. Collecting used clothes and making clothes from recycled materials is also a sustainable way to make clothes. Because of the pandemic, I've been buying more clothes online, but I felt the disadvantage was that I couldn't try them on. If I could collaborate with designer, it would be with Roller. She is model, but also she is founder of sustainable brand Studio 330. I'd like to create sustainable line with her.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next year for Le Mode 2023. The winners for this year's show are posted on Instagram at SMC Le Mode and on Facebook at SMC Le Mode Fashion Show.